Well, New York City mayoral candidates are preparing for the second debate of the general election race tomorrow night.
Democrat Zohran Mamdani still holds a commanding lead in the polls over former Governor Andrew Cuomo and Republican Curtis Sliwa. Joining us right now with more on the race for mayor is S.E. Cupp, the host of Battleground NYC, the fight for your vote on Fox 5. You can also stream it on the Fox Local app. Nice to see you in person.
It's nice to be here in person.
I watch your show all the time.
Likewise.
So anyway, I mean, right now it seems like, you know, Mamdani is a shoo-in at this point. Yeah. Unless somehow there's lots of pressure on Curtis Sliwa to drop out.
There is. There's also another debate, right? And debates can change things, we all know. So there's a little runway left. I know it's just 2 weeks from today, but that's a lifetime in politics. Things could still shake up the race. But yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Curtis Sliwa to drop out of the race. Now, Curtis Sliwa, who's been on Battleground a bunch of times, has looked me in the eye, said, I am not going anywhere. And you know Curtis, I know Curtis, I believe him. I think he's gonna stick.
I know, but I mean, he looks at the numbers, right?
Yep.
And he sees what could happen to New York City. Is it your ego, or is it, do you really care about New Yorkers?
It could be all of the above, right? I don't know anyone in politics who runs for a giant office like mayor of New York or president of the United States that doesn't have some ego. But he's also the only Republican candidate. He knows that this city is Democrat, but has voted for Republican mayors and governors before, and not like 100 years ago, just a little while ago. So I think he says, okay, I'm the only unique person in this race, and if you're a security mom, I'm your guy. And I think he's also wondering if, you know, all the folks that came out in the Democratic primary do not represent all New York voters.
But even
so he's thinking maybe.
But even the president of the United States is now throwing his support behind him.
No, I know. The road is rocky for Curtis ahead, but I can understand why he feels entitled to stay in it to the end.
And Sliwa has said to Cuomo, get your own votes, get your own voters, don't come for my voters.
Well, there's also this entitlement, I think, from Andrew Cuomo's side. Andrew Cuomo didn't want to be doing this. Andrew Cuomo thought he'd be running for president.
Interesting. Huh?
And he's, I think, doesn't want to be here having to ask for votes for mayor of New York City. I think he thinks it's beneath him. And so rather than have to go and sell a message, I think he's looking around and saying, okay, how can I kind of rig it? Well, I got rid of Eric Adams. Maybe I can convince Curtis Sliwa, and then I got a chance. Meanwhile, I think voters of New York are saying, we're not that interested in you anymore.
So we have,
I don't know.
So we have this final debate that will happen tomorrow night. Is there anything that you think Cuomo could say on that stage tomorrow night that could shift the momentum a little bit?
I think Cuomo's best two avenues are, I've got experience and Zohran Mamdani doesn't. That's a really good one. And then, you know,
But he said that over and over and over and over, and it's not really sticking. Okay.
And when he does that, and then Zohran Mamdani doesn't look very rattled and can answer a lot of questions, it doesn't work all that well, but I'd keep hammering that. And then you got to keep hammering the crime and public safety issue. Again, if you're a security mom, you're really scared by free buses and decriminalizing fare hopping and decriminalizing prostitution. And there's a lot in here, and defunding police. There's a lot in here that could sound really frightening to you. So if I'm Cuomo, I hammer that all night tomorrow.
So let's talk about strategy, because you just brought it up. You said, you know, Andrew Cuomo's trying to get Curtis Sliwa out of the race. It's a strategy. Well, what happened during ranked choice voting for the primary? Did you see that one? I mean, basically, Zohran Mamdani was saying, I'm going to support this guy Blakely, who's basically, nobody knew who he was. Let's raise some money for him. Let's raise some money for Adrienne Adams. Let's put them on the ballot. This is how you vote. Was that not a strategy?
It was. And people don't generally like these process.
Well, they did for the primary.
No, and they did.
Because I think people didn't know how to, like, even do ranked choice.
And don't forget Brad Lander and Mamdani.
Brad Lander was right in there, too.
Lander, and they maximized that. They used that to their advantage, and politicians will figure out increasingly how to do that, because that's getting more and more popular. But I think what people like about Mamdani is, the perception anyway, is that he is an organic grassroots candidate that people really respond to. They like his authenticity. They think he's a true change candidate, where a lot of candidates promise change. He's actually promising some things that are very different. And so they're willing to overlook sort of the process, machinations that he definitely took advantage of.
The polls got him wrong in the primary.
They sure did.
Do you think that the polls have it right this time, showing him this far ahead?
It's tough. We had a pollster on Battleground on Friday. They have not done a poll since the last debate. They are not going to do another poll until after this second debate.
Oh.
So it's hard to say. I mean, you could have had a really interesting poll after this last debate that would have shown you a different race. I don't know. We just don't have enough information yet.
All right, so we're going to talk about that on your show tonight?
Oh, you know it. You know it. And all week.
Cupp, you can catch her on the Fox Local app, weeknights at 11 p.m. on Fox 5, and 7 o'clock, right?
That's right.
You're on more than we are.
I know.
On the Fox Local app. I like the Fox Local app. That's where I watch it.
It's
good.
great.
Yeah.
It's really great. You can watch it anywhere.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Essie.
Yeah, thanks,
Nice
guys.
to see you.